All right, mate? I looked up at the sound of Cross's voice and blanched. The room was nearly empty. The meeting must have ended some time ago, and I hadn't bothered to notice. I shook my head, struggling to think of a truthful answer that would appease him. I'm tired. That was true enough. I'd hardly ever slept worse than I had this week, for a number of reasons, not least of which was the constant noise of the thieves' den. Cross seemed to read some of this in my expression, because his grin widened behind his copper beard. The barracks not what you expected? I gave a stiff jerk of my head. That could have meant anything, being neither a nod nor a shake. I didn't have the energy to come up with a satisfactory misdirection, nor did I want to openly insult my only friend outside my own bloodline by telling him that, if not for our long friendship, I would have slaughtered every single one of his children for just 1 hour of peaceful sleep. You could always sleep up in the house. No one is forcing you into this exile, Si. No, I grunted. I'd heard enough this morning to confirm my decision not to set foot anywhere near the townhouse bedrooms. I'd rather take my chances fending off Cross's many daughters. I pushed my chair back from the table, and the sound of wood scraping against stone sent a new throbbing through the back of my skull. Did you want something? I asked, realizing Cross still hadn't moved from where he stood beside my chair. Not especially. Just curious to know your plans. I raised a sore eyebrow and pressed my lips together in a flat line. It was clear he really wanted to ask if I was planning to go with Lonnie, or if I'd be travelling to Overcast with the rest of my family. If only I knew the answer to that myself, I'd gladly tell him. Unfortunately, whenever I considered Aftermath, my mind was stuck on the same scenes, replaying them over and over. The thick, black smoke clouding the air and suffocating me. The unrelenting flames devoured everything in their path, reducing buildings to rubble. The desperate cries of villagers, a mix of fae and humans, as they fled for their lives. I had absolutely no desire to set foot in that hell ever again. But still, I was considering it, and I wished desperately that I could convince myself there was any reason other than the obvious. Where that infuriating, stubborn, beautiful woman went, I felt compelled to follow, even if it was the worst decision I could ever possibly make.